Okay.
Coach, can you talk about what you saw from Nico today, especially in terms of generating offense, filling the stat sheet, and how that could translate into the regular
Yeah.
season?
Let me just. It felt like he rebounded better tonight. That's one of the things that his head coach has been talking to him about a lot. He's improved basically everywhere except for the rebounding, and he took ownership of that tonight. He's capable of rebounding much better than he has last year, summer, and so far in training camp. It has to be a priority for him. You know, you can see when he rebounds and he puts his mind to it. You know, one of the plays the other night, the first rebound, offensive rebound that Orlando had was on him, and he's fully capable of doing it. But there's a lot of extra layers that come to it, a responsibility. He's got to rebound his size, and then he's our best bust-out guy. So that leads to great action and flow going up the court. But he can't be a wandering generality, you know, on the glass. So I thought he was much better with that tonight. The other parts of his game have improved, you know, and you know, some of the decision making. I like it when he's getting off the ball early. I like it when he's putting his head down and attacking the paint with aggressiveness. Usually, good things happen, and not settling. He's a very good three-point shooter. You know, particularly when it's coming off of somebody else's paint touch spray. You know, we don't necessarily need the step back threes, you know, to generate, you know, other stuff. But he had some good stuff tonight. I'm encouraged by that.
Obviously, Kalo's numbers are impressive, but what did you like about his effort, especially late in the way he played?
Yeah, there was a 3-minute segment where it actually impacted the game. The rest of it has to impact the game. I'm not looking at the stat line. I think everybody's looking at the wrong thing. It's got to impact the game. I wanted him the next game to be a plus 20, right? That's what it's about. And that's part of the maturation for a young player. He does really good things, and then when you aren't able to do it consistently, it doesn't impact the game. And you don't want to have deflating plays. You want to have inspiring plays. That steal he had at half court was an inspiring play that impacted the moment. And there was probably a 3-minute stretch there. I guess I want to take that 3-minute stretch and see what his plus minus was on that, because it impacted the game. And that's part of him as a young player connecting the dots. It does not matter if you have 18 and 13 if it's not impacting the game, really. Nico, I don't have my glasses on. What was his plus minus? Jaime. Yeah, both those guys. Jaime did some, I don't know what his stat line was, but they both impacted, you know, the game in a positive way. But that's part of it. That's part of a young player, and that's why I enjoy coaching him, because my responsibility is to help teach him how to connect the dots and become more consistent where it now leads to winning. And all the young players in this league have to go through that.
Norm obviously was finding his footing Saturday in Puerto Rico, seemed to find it today. I don't want to overstate it and say this is what you expect, 18 points in 16 minutes, but is this sort of what you expect and what he can do for you?
I don't know. I remember, you know, a game 2 years ago where he had we were right with the Clippers, and then he had 3 threes literally in 3 straight possessions. And then all of a sudden the game went to double digits, and then the game was basically over. And you can see his ignitability. You know, I think a lot of the guys probably could have benefited a whole lot more, you know, if we took care of the ball better. You know, I would have liked to have seen some of that flow a little bit more. I bet our pace and possession game, we probably dominated that without the turnovers, right? But yeah, I like what he can do on the drive. You know, he can really get hot from 3. Guys were finding him, and I think we can definitely build on that.
So on Nico, I know there's a lot of components to the way you want these guys to play offensively, but for sustaining that pace and aggression through the months of the regular season, how much is Nico, especially, and what he can do, going to have to be kind of the engine that keeps you guys?
No, he doesn't have to be the engine. We have
and engine.
Yeah, and engine. I think that's important. Now, it makes a ton of sense for us to try to maximize his skill set. But we have a lot of speed on the roster. And, that's 19, transition points. That could have been 30 plus if we take care of the ball. We had some really mindless turnovers, stuff that we've actually been doing a whole lot better, this past week. But he's an important component. We haven't even used him as a screener yet. He's a very good screener and get him in the pocket. I'll get to those half-court actions in due time. Also, the random post-ups that he and Wiggs can get you can be effective, and we'll build, on all of that. All right, thank you.